Welcome, Thursday night, MC Live. New conversation that we started, 18 episodes ago. This is our 19th episode. We are in search of not just awesome tonight, but awesome on steroids, which is in search of hairdressers that are on this path. We're calling them behind the chair millionaire, what their practices are. Very, very, very special guest with us this evening. She's in my green room now. This is Miss Marr. And I'm going to tell you about Ann in a second. She said, change your mindset, change your wealth, and you're going to see what she means by that. I said to her, a late bloomer, but a very rich boomer, as you're going to see. She's been at Hair Solutions, which is one of my faves, for many, many moons. That's in New Berlin, Wisconsin. Dawn Panfield, good friend, is founder of Hair Solutions, and Sally Monavon is the summit coach there. And been interesting. Ann is not, she's resurrected. She's born again. She's going to tell you what that looks like for her. But she's been in the high five-figure W-2 income for a while, so she's no stranger than that. But she's on course to have an unprecedented year of looks like she's going to crack 100,000 and as a W-2, which is a big, big, big deal. I think she'll tell you that her biggest month up until just recently was 10 grand in service, and she blew that out of the water. She'll chat with you about that. She is on top of that, practices what she preaches. She's as you know, the Hair Solutions has a 401k plan. She's one of the top people in the plan that well into six figures, 135. She's got some other assets going that you put those two together. It's wonderful. And because she's on the last, 2, 3, 4 years of her career, she's very focused on how much she's saving. She puts a minimum of 15 a year in her 401, plus another 15 in some other things. If she continues to do what she's been doing, she will. She'll hit $1 million net worth by this side of 65. And as I said, I can't remember if she's 60, 61, 62. I'll ask her when she comes out. She is a level 5, but she minutes from being a level 6, as I said, on the front end of 60-something. And average service ticket now is triple digit. She really had been higher double digit, but she cracked that, averaging about $600 a day, haircuts at 51, few referrals a month, rebooks at around 87%, very respectable 18% RTS. So as you can see behind the chair, she's in the game. Graduates in high school 77, hair school 78, began training in 2009, began training associates, and been with Hair Solutions since. And like I said, she's trending to have a very, very, very big year in 2021. Her Instagram handle is Ann Marr Hairstylist. I'm sure if you're a boomer hairdresser, you're going to probably want to direct message her, because some of the things that she's going to be sharing with you tonight are nothing short of extraordinary. So there you have it. I'm going to go get her, and I really want her. I'm going to get her talking about her story as it relates to this major pivot that she's had. So she's in my green room now. I'm going to go get her. We'll get her talking about that, a little bit about her secret sauce, so that you can see that she's nothing short of awesome. She's there. I'm going to unmute Ann, and you're going to give it up and make her feel very, very welcome. Hi, Ann.
Hello.
I know you had a very busy day behind the chair, and you haven't even had a chance to eat. So thank you for doing this for me tonight, my friend. I really appreciate it.
Sure, of course. Anytime for you, Michael.
How many moons has it been since I met you? When did we meet for the very first time?
Let's see. I think it was probably in the 80s.
Isn't that something?
So yeah.
I mean,
beginning.
I bet there's a lot of people that weren't even glimmers in their parents' eyes.
Right.
And so we've been in the game for many moons.
We have.
And
Yep.
something extraordinary is going on in your life, and that's why I wanted to invite you on tonight. I want you to tell us your story as it relates to what's happening to you. You know, kind of like, okay, how it was, what happened, and how is it changing now that's making a difference? So get us started.
Okay. Well, yeah, being a hairdresser, 43 years.
Oh wow.
And yeah, I just had become a little complacent in my career. I loved my clients, loved what I was doing, but didn't really think I was working up to my potential, you know. And I would see the girls. We have an awesome culture in our salon, and I would see these girls, you know, going past me, and I'm like, what's going on here? I think I need to do something. So they inspired me, and I also am changing my hours a little bit. I'm going down to part-time. And so I knew I had to work smarter and not harder at
Yes.
this time. So I thought, okay, I went and had a little talk with Dawn, and she got me started, and yeah, we worked on it and turned things around.
Well, yeah, but it's what I heard as I was listening to Dawn. She sent me this incredible email. She said, "Ann comes barging into my office, and she basically says, you know, HTF are these young people doing it? We got all of these, you know, 20, 21, 22, 23, and they're getting to places and beyond me. I've been in the game for 4 decades, and I got people that haven't been here a few years, and they're catching me and passing me up. What in the world is going on?" I mean, that was the essence of what you said to her. And it
Right.
sounds like you were a student. You were like, okay, I got to figure this out. What
Yep.
what was that conversation like between you and Dawn? And what are some things that came out of that conversation?
Well, she just said, you know, they are fearless, and they're not letting things get in their way. They're fearless.
Yeah.
So okay.
Yeah, and I think she even said they're, first of all, they're charging what they're worth. They're not afraid to
Yep.
charge menu price. They stay away from you know, friendly discounts, that kinds of things. But
Right.
now,
Right.
as you're on the receiving end of that, that took an extraordinary amount of courage. I mean, talk about a wake up call. What was going on? What was your experience of that conversation? How revealing was it?
Well, you definitely get, you know, a little emotional, and you think, wow, you know, you're going to be having to say goodbye to some clients that are, you know, because I wanted to focus on my color, I had to say goodbye to some clients, and but then, you know, knew that I had to focus on the thing that I love, and that's color, you know.
Right,
So
right. Yeah, and you know, she was telling me that you put together this beautiful letter
yep.
to your guest, kind of announcing that you're going to make this major pivot. And I think that the guest that you sent it to, was it your haircut only
Right.
clients?
Yeah. Yep.
Well, what in essence, what did the letter say? Or maybe you can even take a screen grab, send it to me, and I'll post the letter. It sounds like
Oh,
it was an
sure.
extraordinary letter. But what was the essence of it?
Well, it just really told them how I was so grateful for their business, and for their, you know, them being able to help me along the way. But because of this time in my life, changing things and changing my hours, I needed to focus on my color. So, and we just had, you know, hope that they understand, and,
Right, right.
you know, yeah.
And
So,
you were saying that you were pivoting from haircut to, you really wanted to specialize in color. And I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but you even in that letter, your Redken global color certified specialist, and that you let them know that this was a major change for you, and you were with grace saying that you're just not going to be available for clients that just really are not interested beyond a haircut.
Correct. Yep.
What?
Yep.
And then I saw something that some actually said, whoa! I'll get my hair colored.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
I talked a few people into just as getting some nice shades coloring, and so it works great for that too. Yeah.
And then I heard that the haircut clients they trickled to other people at other levels. So those clients stayed, but you were able in a very short period of time to kind of remorph your clientele so that you were getting way more traction on your action.
Right. Yes.
And then a couple of other things, Ann, that your average ticket immediately blew up.
Immediately.
So for years and years and years and years, you were at kind of a high, a high two-digit, double-digit ticket, $80, $90, and all of a sudden that you cracked into triple digits, 115, 120. And then you also had your best yet month.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And what was that, by the way? I had it, but it's not in front of me.
Well, my retail was $23.50, something like that, and my services were 11 something.
Yeah, 11 and what was significant about that is that up until that point, I think you said to me, I was this side of a $10,000 month was as good as it got for me.
Yep.
So you blew right beyond that in your first month after you made this announcement. So there's a whole bunch of people watching this tonight that are identifying with it, and there's going to be thousands of them watching this recording. And they're boomers. They're 50 somethings and 60 somethings, and so they can identify. Oh my God, I'm in the waters that she's in, and she did something that I haven't done yet. It takes an extraordinary amount of courage. What was that like for you to actually, you're putting the letters together, and you're handing them to each one of your clients, and you're having what was the emotional experience like?
You do just have to put yourself in a positive mindset and just come to every client that you're talking to positively, and they all understood. So
you didn't have any of them try to guilt you or make you feel bad because, so was that surprising to you? Did you think did it go easier than you thought it was, or because you try to second guess it in your head? I wonder what it's going to be like. So what was the difference between what you were thinking and how it actually went?
It was splendidly. I was splendidly surprised.
Yeah.
It was great.
And Dawn said something to you about, she said, the younger people are, quote, fearless.
Yep.
And people mistake that. Does that mean that they're without fear? And I've always thought, no, I don't think so. They just don't let fear have the effect on them that we do.
Right.
They don't let fear. So as you heard that, what did that unleash in you? Was it one of those, okay, I don't know what that is, but I got to grab on to that fearlessness because I'm going to walk through whatever this is.
Right. I just thought, well, you know what? I'm going to make offerings to everyone. I'm going to have fun with all different color, offerings for color, and just have fun with it, and be excited. At once I just really, because I was excited about this, and I think they can see that too.
Oh, well, I
Yeah.
mean, and I know that every decade that we have, that we're, you got the first decade behind the chair, and then there's the second decade, and the second decade is certainly not like the first, and then there's the
Right.
third decade, and it's certainly not like the second. It gets harder and harder to kind of like stay fresh and not fall into a rut, and you kind of like broke out of it all. So at face value, it go, whoa, that's never been done before. Like, how recent has it been since you just kind of like broke out and kind of reinvented yourself? Has it been like a month, 2 months, 3 months?
2 months. We started it in May, and yeah, so
Wow.
that's, and then June my hours went down, but we started telling all my haircut clients in May,
Right.
and then June is when I went down. Yeah.
And I know that there are, there's like 4 generations at Hair Solutions. You got, boomers, Gen Xers, millennials, Gen Z. So there's a wide range. It's like 4 generations. And I know that you've got a few peers that are fellow baby boomers, 50 something, 60 something. How aware are they of this change in you and how much you've reinvented yourself here?
They're going to be the next ones right on here. They're doing great too. They're seeing it. So yeah.
they let you take the giant leap of faith, and then they're
Yeah,
saying that you're basically, not only did you live to tell about it, but it really serves you. So you're like a pathfinder, and you see some of them following suit.
Correct. Yep.
Oh
Yep.
my God.
For sure.
And I've not heard, we talk about it, but we now tonight we're actually witnessing it. And you're saying, if I'm hearing you correctly, this inspiration or this nudge is like watching, I think at Hair Solutions, there's got to be 15 that are 20 somethings, very early 30 somethings that are coming from a generation that's 1 or 2 tiers below the generation that we're in.
Right. Yes.
And you saw that as inspiring you. You didn't get threatened, but it inspired to go, okay, here we go.
Totally. Yep. They are all inspiring, and they're just rock stars, all of them.
All right, now there's another element I want to spend a couple minutes talking to you about, and that is the 401k / wealth building. You told me you're on the front end of 60 something, but is it 61, 62? Like, where do you live there?
62 tomorrow.
Oh, happy birthday!
Thank you.
And I think you told me that your plan currently is to work this way until 65ish, 66ish, something in there.
65, yeah.
And it sounds like you've really dialed up your savings and investment in 401 and some other things.
For sure. Yep.
And you and I did the golden goose calculator the other day, and if you stay on the pace that you're on, you will flip over to being a millionaire by the time you're 65. You'll go from, you're in a 6-figure net worth, you'll pop into 7 figures. So in addition to all the things we get when we go into the sunset years, you're going to have $1 million goose.
Awesome. That's awesome.
So as you hear this, what's it do to your mind and your heart?
Oh, I know. I'm just like, so excited. Yeah. It's just a wonderful feeling. Yeah. It's awesome.
So before I let you go, 2 things, a couple other things on my mind. A lot of people watching tonight, and they're sending a lot of love, and a lot of these people are, Gen Xers, boomers. They're seeing you, they're listening to you, they're identifying, with you, relating, and they know exactly this conversation. But unlike you, they haven't taken that giant leap of faith and made the pivot because it's scary. Is there anything now that you're well on the other side of it that you might share with them that would raise the probability so that, like you, they have a strong finish?
I would just say to break away from that fear and just think positively. They will, your customers will still love you. And it'll just be so much more rewarding in the end. And so, make those opportunities. Don't become complacent, just think beyond, and, know that there's so much more out there for you.
Yeah, yeah, we got a lot of people, good friends. DJ Williams on tonight. You don't know DJ. Him and I have a lot of years together, but he's identifying. He's saying, "Glad you did this. Proud of you." There's a whole bunch of people. You're becoming a vision of what's possible. So it wouldn't surprise me that people are going to take the giant leap of faith. One more question I want to ask you, and then I want to ask you a favor. Sure. Dawn told me, she said, we had this meeting, and I wanted Ann to stand in front of our staff of, 40 plus now, and really say what she was doing and how, and acknowledge her. And she said that was a very, very, very sacred meeting. People were very, very moved by your decision to do this, and so were you. What was that like for you?
I mean, yeah, it's, I have to thank Dawn too. And the other tribe members are just so supportive, and you do get just so much support, and it's just, it helps that way. And it's, I don't know, it's, I don't know.
Right.
I don't know what.
Well, let me help you out. The experience, the emotional experience, is too big to put into words.
It is.
You can't describe it.
Right.
And
exactly.
and frankly, there's as many or more or a lot more hairdressers that are 50-something, 60-somethings of the baby boomer genre, as well as Gen X. There's way more of that community than there are Zennials and Millennials currently. So, and younger Zennials, a lot of times they'll basically kind of look the other way and say, okay, boomer, whatever you say, right? Because, we get stuck in our ways, but you blew the sides off of your brain box and said, no, I really want to reinvent myself. Teach me what it is that how you're rolling so I can do this. And that's what I think is so damn historical about this conversation.
Well, thank you. It's been a great ride. It's exciting. And everybody at this age, I'm a late bloomer, but still, you know what? You can still do it.
Well, here's the other thing, Ann. There's a lot of baby boomers that are going to retire, and trust me when I tell you, way, 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 way short of $1 million. They're not going to even retire with 100,000 or 50 because they didn't embrace some of the things that you're doing. And I'm saying, hey, listen, it's a hell of a lot better to be a little late than never.
Correct.
And these are the hairdressers that say, I love this. I'm going to do hair until I die. They're going to take me out of the salon with toe tags. And it's like, well, that's the truth, but it's not the whole truth. The whole truth is you don't have any choice. You're as broke as a joke. Right? It's like, so you have to do hair or you're not going to eat. Social Security isn't enough. And nobody wants to talk about that because it's, it's a hard conversation, but you're proving that it's never, ever, ever too late. So God bless. Promise me you've got another easy 36 months of runway left. Promise me at least once a year you'll come back. I think you're not even warmed up yet.
Okay.
And then from time to time I want to sneak you in as a surprise guest on some of the Zooms that I'm doing. To show other people of that genre that it can work. So promise me you'll do that.
I will. You bet. I will do that.
All right, listen, I'm going to let you get back to your fam, have a little bit of din, get some rest. You got it. You work tomorrow too?
No, I'm off tomorrow, off on my birthday.
Oh, you're going to take the birthday. Happy birthday. We'll
Yeah.
all wish Ann a happy birthday. And now I have a feeling, though, you're not getting old. You're being younged down.
There you go.
The zennials are younging you down.
They certainly are. Oh, yes, for sure.
All right, we're going to give it up for you one more time, my friend, and then we'll let you go.
All right, thank you.
Say hi to all my homies at HS.
I will.
Right.
I will.
Bye now.
Bye-bye.
Wasn't that special? You guys, that was off the charts. I've never had an interview like this. I've never, I've talked about it. It's one thing to say it's it's never too late and all that stuff, and it's another to have somebody on. I mean, think about it. 4 decades of behind the chair. 4 decades. She starts when she's 20. And now what is it? She said she's going to be 62 tomorrow. Happy birthday to Ann. Think about that. I knew it, and she says she knew me in the 80s. I met her for the first time. Do the math on that, you guys. I know how old I was in the 80s. I was 30 something, and my children were literally children. Today, my son's 41, 42. My daughter just had her 41st birthday. So this is big. And, you think about people that have got 4 decades behind the chair, with all due respect, pretty much set in their ways. And then, they see the younger generation coming in, and they either complain about them, make fun of them. These kids today, and they're always on their mobiles and, blah, blah, blah. They're whining. And Ann has the courage to go to her boss, Dawn, and say, what in the world are they doing? I want to learn what they're doing to see if I can adapt. And so that took an enormous amount of humility. And so she has that conversation. She had to not just learn a new way, but did you hear what she said? She had to unlearn some of the old ways. She basically told a number of her lifelong guests, as in 3-4 decades, I'm just not going to be in a position if all you're looking for is a haircut, because I want to spend the last few years of my life doing something like this. I need this. Talk about courage, you guys. And a number of our guests said, whoa. If getting my hair colored means that you'll continue to serve me, I'll get my hair colored. I mean, this has never been done before, you guys. You can't Google this, right? So, very, very important. This is a historical evening tonight. I'm going to bring her back. She's the poster child for what's possible. And even if you're a Gen X and you're stuck in a traditional way that, frankly, is not working as well, we need to have the courage to reinvent ourselves, because we're in a position now, many of us have families, we can't go back to college or school and start over on another career. Most of us don't have that luxury. It's like, no, here it is, right here. I either have to get busy living or get busy dying. If I can't get out of my job, I'm going to get into my career. This is long ago. It's been a job for 1 decade, 2 decades, 3 decades. I really want to reinvent my career. Randy Kunkel says, we so need this example. Abso-freaking-lutely. I'm going to see what I can do to get L'Oreal, who kind of powers this, to really bring this, call it whatever you want to call it, gospel truth to the kingdom. It's time for baby boomers to lean in and level up, and reinvent themselves. Unlearn the old. It's over. It's done. It's dead. You're on a melting iceberg, for goodness sake. I love you too much to not be this honest with you, so that you can begin to learn all of the digital, this magnificent thing that, we hold. This is now a business builder. This is a handheld computer that Zennials and Millennials are using to make their life better. You need to learn this. You need to learn how to navigate Instagram. You need to learn how to you have masters at creating content, but documenting it. You need to learn how to put, create captions. It goes on and on and on. So everything is cool. So I want to end the program tonight just by thanking the people that are responsible for giving us the financial support that we can have conversations like this that are this life-changing. And it's not free. I don't like the word free. Free it's cheesy. This was brought to you compliments of L'Oreal Salon in Motion. They care deeply about you. And we brought and to you, powered by them. These are L'Oreal brands. I'm not going to mince words with you tonight. If you're going to follow our work, use these brands. If you're not going to use these brands, don't follow our work. Don't. You go hang out with another brand, because this is where we're getting the fuel to bring this to you without charging you money for it. So to the degree that you can show your loyalty, your gratitude, and your appreciation for BioLage, Pulp Riot, Kerastase, Pureology, Redken, L'Oreal Professional, Matrix, Shoe, Mazzani, to the degree that you get behind these brands and your guests, to that degree can we continue to bring you this conversation. This conversation isn't going away. It's going to get bigger and bigger and bigger and deeper and deeper and richer and richer. So please support them. Thank you, L'Oreal. Okay, great evening. I'm going to let you get back to where you were. Tori Olson says, can't wait to share this with one of my customers who I had this exact conversation with yesterday. I told her it's never too late. She's 49 and Ann is 62. So if Ann can do it, she's going to be over the moon. Tori, you'll have to tell us how the conversation invite her and you, Tori, to come on a Facebook Live so we can keep bringing this message out to the world. Dawn Panfield said, Ann Marr gives hope to many other stylists, and we love her. So Dawn is on tonight as well. All right, I'll let you get back to your fam dams. We'll edit this down. It'll live on the page. We're going to put it on my IGTV channel so that people really, I don't want this message to go away. I want it to get louder and louder and richer and richer. So enough. See you soon. Have a great weekend. Love you all. And keep blowing it up. And Sally Manavan said, bravo, Ann. Hi, Sal.